All right, I think I figured it out. I think I figured out what this symbol stands for. There was a new subclass leak. The color was red. We got this symbol. No one knows what it means. And the Destiny community has been losing their goddamn minds.
There was a video posted on Reddit by
last week.
They said their friend sent them this.
Now, if we assume the leak is real, which we kind of have to, some people think it's SIVA, some people think it's Resonance. Fallout maybe thinks it's kinetic, but I think my idea could support any of those and still work. Okay, enough wasting time. I think it's a ballista, or some people call it a scorpion. But if you don't know what a ballista is, it's this. Basically, it's a large and typically stationary or mounted crossbow that shoots a javelin-sized bolt, or something like that. Officially, the definition is an ancient medieval engine of warfare, usually having a similar design to a crossbow, and it hurls heavy projectiles. I don't know about you, but to me, that sounds kind of awesome. And I have a few reasons why I think this, and I'm going to lay them out for you. I've kind of gone down a ballista rabbit hole here, so I'm sorry if maybe you find this boring, but I have really good reasons, so hear me out. First of all, I think we need to agree this is a placeholder symbol. It's not nearly polished enough to be a super emblem in the finished game, and just like the last leak that we saw with Strand, that had a placeholder symbol, and everyone thought it looked like Blade Dancer, but it turned out it just ended up being a placeholder for the dual blades that the Titans ended up getting, which originally was called Tyrant. They changed it to Berserker. Just goes to show how much things can change before they reach the final polished state. Secondly, in my professional life, I'm a graphic designer. And when I look at this icon, I see a mixture of a top-down and a side-on view, trying to represent these physical bodies that could be a ballista. You know, I spent a long time staring at this icon, trying to figure out what I thought it was, and I spent a long time looking at the other symbols or the other supers, and recognizing the patterns that they use to describe these icons. And they're always some sort of physical representation of what they end up doing. And now I'm going to describe to you what I see in this symbol that makes me think it's a ballista. So here, I see the bow. In the middle, I see the bolt, and that's the little crank or the handle that twists back. There could be the wire and the guides to maybe pull back the bolt. So when you do a Google search, the first thing you see when you type in ballista icon is very similar imagery to what we have here. And you have that sort of X shape all over in the same center or rear spot. You have a bow, you have a pointed tip. And if I was trying to make an icon for Destiny, this is a good starting point. So the next reason I think it could be a ballista is because ballistas come up all over the place in games, in movies, and shows, in other kinds of fantasy worlds. They're in Magic the Gathering, World of Warcraft, The Witcher. There's a game called Ballista. They're in Roblox. These weapons, which we haven't seen something like in Destiny, are all over the place in other type of games, and that's what Destiny does best. They take these ideas from other medias and they give it to us in space magic form, and I'm all for it. So, if I haven't convinced you yet that it's a ballista, that's okay. But it looks like a ballista, it walks like a ballista, talks like a ballista. I kind of really want it to be a ballista, and you know, if that's my bias, I'll accept that, and if I end up being wrong, I'm also okay with that. But I think this is the best guess we have so far. You know, we already have hammers, shields, swords, force fields, bows, blades, knives, missiles, javelins, kamehamehas, falcon punches, ground slams, ice picks, shurikens, rope darts, bow staffs, mage staves, force lightning, gravity wells, healing wells, ice turrets, napalm, flashbangs, trip mines, grappling hooks. You get the point. So why not a giant fucking crossbow? All of these things existed outside of Destiny as concepts before we got them as space magic. I mean, the only thing we're missing at this point is full-on lightsabers. But I digress. If you made it this far, thanks for listening to my crazy idea about how we're gonna summon a giant space magic darkness crossbow and shoot bolts at the witness. That sounds like a lot of fun to me, and I think Destiny could use some stuff like this. In some of the past vid docs, they had a lot of conversations about their ideas were to summon dragons or to summon things, before they pared down Strand to what it turned into, which is still a lot of fun. And I'm really looking forward to messing around with this super, even as a Titan main. Thanks for watching.